Hello everyone, my name is Aman Sharma. Today I am representing the CSR project. I am in a college Acropolis Institute of Research and Technology. This project submission to the Praveen Bhanodia. So basically we are talking about the CSS or roadmap is foundation layout and advanced in foundation syntax selector color and typography and the box model flexibility CSS guide and post staging representing the design animation translation and more. Now moving to the third slide, what is CSS? Is a cascading sheet. CSS describe how HTML element are used to element and screen paper in the other media. It is the control layout and multiple web pages all at once. Now moving to the fourth slide, what is the syntax and selectors? The basic structure, the CSS rule set is concise selector and declaration block, selector pointer, HTML element, and want to style. Probably the style attribute you want to change and setting and properly. Now moving to the next slide, background colors we are using done and by the CSS coloring format keyword red blue transparent hex hashtag ff00 hashtag these kind of code be used for the coloring RGB and RGBA is a 25500 it is used for the coloring and HSL also used for the coloring. Now moving to the next slide, the code box model properties. These are the code box model property which as a element style and three different type of selector like element class selector id and attribute selector, for example dot title class selector and html ids. Now moving to the next slide, Topography. The front key defined that the font style, renaissance, and font size of the text for front weight, boldness, and 400, 700 bold. Text align center, left, right. Justify line heights and specifying between lines. Now moving to the next slide, the display property. The display property control how an element appear on the pages. Common and display uh, types are blocks, inner block, none. In block take up the full width available. Start on the new line. Inline take only a much wide and the necessary no line breaks. Inner block follow like a line inner line text but allow a setting width and elements and none. Now moving to the next slide, posting, positing. The CSS positioning help us to place the element exit location. There are the five type of positions: statics, relevant, absolute, fixed, or sticky. Each is type of give different control over how many elements move or stay in a position. Fixed relative view inputs and stay then scrolling and together between the relative and the fixed based on the scroll. Now moving to the next slide, Flexbox. Flexbox is a modern layout system used to align a item easily. It helps in placing the item side by side, centering them and creating clean layout. Upcoming properties like a justify content and align items. We can arrange element perfectly. Now moving to the next slide. Flexbox and actions. Flexbox action contain a display flex, justify content center and alignment items centers and also a many things for this. Now we moving to the CSS grid layout. And the CSS grid layout is used to create a two-dimension layout. It allow a use a build row and column very easily. Grid is extremely powerful and column very easily and page layout. Slide 15. Responsive design. Responsive design is ensured that the website looks good on all the devices, mobile, tabs, and desktop. Without responsive design, websites break small screens. Media query apply hex CSS only when specific condition are true, screen and width. Now moving to the next slide. CSS transition allow the properties of changing in the CSS value and smoothly over the specific duration commonly used, however the effect on a button and links. Now moving to the next slide. Advanced selector. Advanced selector is used to design a div. This is a function div and directly child adjacent siblings. However, focus pseudocodes and pseudo elements and combinations. Transition element and taking the most smooth, effective animation during movement and website using a keyframe for a boxes, sliding, boxing, fading, texting, bouncing, etc. Now moving towards the conclusion. Conclusion To conclude, the CSS is the backbone of modern website design. It helps in creating the layout, styling content, making website responsive, and adding the interactive effect. Mastering CSS is essential for every web developer. Thank you. Now we moving to the next slides in which I was representing. So here you can see there was a color HTML talk and background color light blue. If I want to create a green GREEN, then what was the place? This was the green color. If I want to present a here yellow, then the color of that is yellow. This means you can see. Now I would like to uh, insert in corner, corner, corner. Then it was in the corner slides. Now we move to the this. I want to make it 50 pixels. Then we can see the paragraph changes to 50 pixel. If I want to minimize that screen size with the 5 pixel, then it was converted into the 5 pixel. You might be seen and it was 5 pixel only. Now I want to change their uh, either I want to write here only and 15 pixels, then it was converted into the 15 plus pixels. Then my I want to write in a my name is Aman Sharma. Then here was writing my name is Aman Sharma. Now there's a paragraph I want to here write a uh, this is my project. This is my project. Now I want to change a color into a yellow to blue. So here I write a color blue and name changes to the blue. Now I want to change the color of front family and there was a style ahead body where we can changes element things and so too many things to changes in the front web page. And uh, it was used to define a color web page. It is basically used for the website coloring and also many things. Now moving to the next. Now moving to the next code. So I here represent a one code also. Here we can, if you want to present a click button, then and the boxes, this can be done by this code. Here with the style, height and 100 margin, display, justify font size, align items, effect, background color. Here I want to change the color to blue, blue, then it was changes color into the blue. Here you can see, and uh, then we changes the color white to green. Then it will change the color into white to green. The box color should convert it into the green. uh, then we changes the color of color and center. Here we can align the center into the center or a corner. Here was the padding by which we can select a pixel size and green. It was a color, either a box shadows and padding 10 and 20s. Background color this. If we changes to background color to YELLOW yellow, then it will changes the color into yellow. Click me on the blue pointer has been changed. Now hmm, now we changing a color of this, converted into the red. See what will happen if I am clicking on this, then it will convert it into the red. And here we can button, invert the button function. In the background we can have changed the color. However, the CSS was a very easy language to learn, and it was a designable language for the every designer who will design the websites. Here's the class and functions. If I want to write my name here in this h2, and my name is Aman Sharma, 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 and now I run this code here. My name is Aman Sharma, and preferably I want to change here, uh, just like a wild card entry, wild card entry. So here you can say wild card entry. Click me. So I write here is to press here. So you can check the wildcard entry and the press here right into color blue and white, and there was a name. My name is Amshirman. This was the function which we use for the CSS and keyword for the displaying and justifying background color and font size, by which using this syntax we can change it into the color of CSS, and we can create a new website and design a full website for our project, or for any company, by which we can also fit for the CSS programming. So however, you also think you can also do it the better programming in CSS, and you can learn each and everything in CSS very easily. It was a beautiful and very nice and very representative language for it. Thank you for, and my name is Aman Sharma, and last submitted to the Praveen Bhadoria. Thank you.